What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another Fridge Financials video. In today's video, we are breaking down some very nice profitable trades that we took last week in the stock market with some unbelievable returns. So if you are excited for today's video, as always, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, turn on the bell notifications for all future uploads. Now, at the time of recording this, you'll see the portfolio is actually quote-unquote down $274 for the week here. And you're going to sit there and say, well, Fridge, how did you have a good week in the market if you're down 2% in the last week here? Well, believe it or not, my Novo Nordisk position is what really kind of killed me off, okay? Because Novo Nordisk right now is down about $600 because I have 100 shares worth of it there. So even though Novo Nordisk is down about $600, we're down $200 overall. So technically without Novo Nordisk, we'd be about $400 or so, give or take here. So we're going to break down some very, very profitable trades that we took this week. I'll talk about a little bit as to why we do it for each one here. First one we're going to be starting off with, which is I think the biggest one we had, was SoundHound AI. Now, how this trade worked here is, we'll go right into the history here. So basically what happened is that we did a two option synthetic long option on SoundHound AI. Basically what that means is that you buy a call option and you also sell a put at the same price. What this does is it gives you exposure to 100 shares worth without having 100 shares because the delta is 1 or 100. So for every dollar that SoundHound moved, this option moved with it 1 to 1, which is very, very nice. And you're sitting there saying, well, Fridge, why don't you just buy the leap option and kind of leave it from there? Well, because selling the put option here allows me to offset my cost basis. It only costed me $356, as you'll see, instead of just buying the leap option for $600. So basically, this allowed me to have access to 100 shares equivalency of SoundHound AI, only cost me $356 instead of buying, 100 shares for $1,000 or $1,100 or whatever the stock was trading at the time of me getting this filled. So this trade cost me $356. Now, what I do also in the meantime of things is that I also allow myself to sell covered calls because we have a call option here. Since we have a leap call option here for January of 2027, it does give me access worth to 100 shares of the stock. It gives me 100 shares of the stock essentially as a position without having the actual shares in my portfolio, which means that I'm going to also sell a covered call, or basically a poor man's version of it. A poor man's covered call basically just means, hey, if you buy a call option, you could sell a call option to get passive income, to kind of offset your cost basis a little bit, because if SoundHound goes to $18, you'd then be able to fulfill the exercise with that leap option as a result. So I sold a SoundHound leap option at $18 for a strike price, and I collected $96 in premium. Now, here's where the crazy thing happened. SoundHound AI pumped up to $18 around September 23rd. That's how I'm recording this. So earlier last week. And I was like, okay. And it still had till October 17th. And if the momentum kept going, this could have been, good, but also bad in terms of exercising because it kind of caps out my max profit here. Because again, after it gets to $18 a share, this becomes worth a lot more. And then, I lose value here. I still gain value here, but it kind of lowers my profits I could take here. So I sold it for $96. I actually bought it back. I had to buy it back for $235 because SoundHound became in the money on this option here, which is crazy to think about. So if I do the math on that one, that means I lost $139 on this trade right here. I lost $139. You say, well, Fridge, what kind of profit is that? But I was also able to close my synthetic long for $906, which is crazy. Remember, this option I bought earlier in the month, $356. So I got paid $906 for it. Take away that cost basis, gives me a profit of $550. So I made $550 here, which is amazing. I then lost $139. So 550 minus 139 gives me a profit of $411 for the entire position. And if you remember, my cost basis was $356. So I made over 100% on SoundHound AI in just about 1 month, about 20 days at the time of recording this. That is unbelievable to me. And people say, well, Fridge, well, why did you close it out early? Well, it ran up so much, I had a feeling it was going to pull back, and it did pull back down to about $16, about around where I'm recording this right now. And he said, and also saying, well, Fridge, why would you sell cover call? It caps your upside, which is true. It does cap my upside, but it also helps me limit my downside risk because this right here helps me lower my cost basis. If I sold this for $96 and it was down to like $14, this right here gets offset by that $96. So it kind of lowers my cost basis down to about $260 instead of $356. And I still would have had until January of 2027. So over a year out. So I can just keep selling calls, and I'll lower this cost basis as a result of it. So it limits my downside risk. So SoundHound goes up, the synthetic long makes more money, and the cover call loses money, but I still make profit overall. SoundHound goes down, the cover call makes me more money, and then the synthetic long loses value as time goes on here. So very, very nice powerful trade. I was so happy with this results here of SoundHound AI. Another one I did this with was Big Bear AI, believe it or not. So take a look at Big Bear. They also had a huge pump up as well. Now the math here might be a little bit more complicated, which is totally fine here. So basically what we're trying to take a look at here, where is the position? Let's take a look here. It's down here somewhere. I'm going to find it, guys. Don't worry. 2 option order cancel. 2 option order cancel. Oh, right here. So I opened up a position for Big Bear AI back in August 13th. And this one, same thing, synthetic long, $5 call, $5 put, same strike price. You guys know the drill. Costed me $83 as a result of it. Then I also sold a cover call against it. So I sold a cover call against it. Big Bear came down. I then bought it back for $9. So if I got paid $31, bought it back for $9, that gives me a profit of $22, which offsets my $83 cost basis. So right now we would be up about $22 as a result. Now, I sold a $6 call option, and then Big Bear took off. Like, it rocketed up like 5-10% in like a day. And I was like, whoa, there's some momentum here. So what I did is I paid $29 to roll it out further. So I got paid $25. I then paid $29. I actually lose $4 here to roll out my position as a result. Actually, I think I just lost $20. I just paid that one. Yeah. So we closed this one out. You'll see us close out the rolled position here for $124 here. So we lost that money there. Got paid a little bit back here. So we made 22. We then paid 29 to roll the position. So I'm actually down $7 right now at the time of recording this. And then we also then had to go ahead and buy it back for $165. So we lost some money there as a result of it. But here's the nice thing that we look at as a result here is that I actually closed my synthetic long for $300 as a result. So how does this math break down? Well, we paid $83 for it. So we paid the $83 here. I'm just writing this on my calculator here also so I keep track of it myself. Paid $83 for it. We made $22 from the options here. We then got paid $25, which you'll see right here. So we got paid $25 on this one here. The math here is a little bit long, I know, so I apologize for it. Got paid $25 here, but then we rolled it out to have a loss here of $29. So take away the $29 here, and that's really unfortunate. And then this one was worth $95, as you'll see right here, the new one, and I bought it back for $165. So I lost about $70 here as a result of it. So again, this option, basically when you roll a position is that you close one and then you get the other one right back. So that's basically what you did here. And so this one costed me $95, or I got paid $95. I bought it back for $165, so I lost $70 there. And then I made $300 as a result there, which gives me actually a total profit of $140. And my cost basis was only $83. So again, another over 100% return on Big Bear AI. That one was the more complicated one, but absolutely insane. Again, all these trades here, we made some very good money on as a result. Archer Aviation was another one that had a huge rally up this week here. And this one's an easy one to calculate here. Really, really easy, right? A lot easier than Big Bear AI, that's for sure. So we did a 2-option synthetic long here, $7 put, $7 call for January of 2027. Paid $185 for it, so we paid the $185 for it. Sold a cover call for $31, so we got paid $31 for it. We then bought it back for $86, so we lost money there. But then we also sold the synthetic long for $304 in profit. I made $100 here as a profit out of the $185 cost basis, which to me gives gives me over a 50% return, 54%, in a matter of almost 20 days. So again, another nice return here of about 50% ROI. Paid 185, made 100. Can't complain. Honestly, cannot argue with those results. And the last one we had was Ondas Holdings as well. So going on down to here as well. This one was very, very similar to ACHR, a very, very easy one to look at. I bought a synthetic. Actually, I just bought a leap option. I didn't even do a synthetic on this one. I bought a leap option for $320. I then sold a $50 call option, or a $7.50 call option for $50. So I made $50 here. Paid $120 to close it. Then sold my leap option for $514. I made $124 profit out of $320. So this is the least profitable. I say least profitable, but I made 39% in a matter of about 20 days. So SoundHound, Big Bear made over 100%, ACHR over 50%, Ondas Holdings over 38. I think there was also a Snap one that I did a while ago, but I don't feel like covering that one, honestly. But these are some great trades we're making here, and the ROIs are unbelievable. And now what I'm going to be doing is I'll be making a video about how I'm doing it and what it's doing and the result of it. Because what you're going to see right now is that we're kind of doing the same thing with Sweetgreen here. Now, what I've learned, this is very, very important for synthetic longs here. Okay, this is what I've learned. Okay, so say you want to go to Snapchat, for example. Snapchat made like over 100% too. I don't feel like doing the math on that one though today. Say you want to go to Snapchat and you want to do a synthetic long here, right? So say I want to go all the way out to say January 21st of 2028. And say you want to buy a $5 call option. You want to sell the $5 put option. This basically gives you that exposure of the stock here because you're basically getting a 100 delta or a 1 delta here. So what's going to be happening is that the bought call option costs $483. Take away the 110 gives you $370 as a cost basis. When you do it this way, and if you want to roll down your put or roll up your call, whatever the case is, you can't do it if you have these attached together. I've been trying to do it and it just doesn't work. I don't know if there's a way to roll it besides that. So what I'm actually doing now is that I'm just doing them two separate orders. This is still a synthetic long here because I still have the same exposure. I bought these at the exact same time. These have the same exposure. They're the same delta, but now they're two different ones. So if I want to roll the Sweetgreen $5 put option, I can now roll it. But I don't think I have one open where it's a synthetic. I don't. If I had one open, I would show you. You can't roll the synthetics if they're attached together. It's very, very weird. I don't know why Robinhood doesn't let us do that. There's probably some actual good reason to it, but I'm not really quite sure. So that is the positions we've made. We made some really good profit. SoundHound, Big Bear AI, Ondas Holdings, ACHR, all made, 30, 50, 100% returns, which was absolutely killer. I'm going to be making a video that covers these trades more in depth and how it works, and that way you can hopefully take advantage of it as well. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you did make it this far in the video, make sure that you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, turn on those bell notifications for all future uploads. And as always, I hope you guys are making money in the market in some way, shape, or form, and I will catch you guys in the next video.